Reset Boxing Guru. I'm here at No Limits Gym in Liverpool. I'm here with Ged Carroll and Tom Farrell, both fighting on the big card over at the Echo on Saturday. Well, M&S now, yeah. We'll forever be the Echo though. Yeah. Over at the M&S Arena, big matchroom card. How are we doing, lads? We've just seen you just do a little sharpen up. How are you both feeling? How's camping?
Good, yeah. I've had good 12 weeks haven't we really since Christmas, so it's a good long camp. Can't wait now, it's on our doorstep and it's right round the corner, so can't wait. Yeah,
and there's a massive sort of domestic title fight for you in the Commonwealth title.
Yeah, big fight for me, big opportunity, so can't wait to take it with both hands. Of saying very hard for this fight. I think it's going to be the fittest and the best shape I've been in, so can't wait now to show everyone I'm about again and announce myself back on the big stage.
Now, I know obviously last time you fought it was the loss to O'Hara Davis. It's obviously your solitary loss. Yeah. What have you learned from do you think boxing on such a big stage previous, and obviously I know you've boxed on all the big cards in the Echo before, does that give you a bit of a confidence boost going into this next fight? Is it you can sort of deal with them nerves and get around better?
I think that was the big thing I learned from the O'Hara Davis fight, was that I'd sometimes, big fights and big occasions, you get nervous and you forget to enjoy such like a good occasion. And I think I told myself just to relax a bit too much on that night against O'Hara Davis, and I was going in with a toughest opponent to date and big puncher, and I think I just switched off. And at eye level, you can switch off, you get found out, and he caught me in the first round. That just changed the whole fight then. I was always fighting a losing battle, so I think that just taught me, these nerves that I'm going to be getting over the next few days are good, and they're gonna do me well in the fight, and it's going to make me victorious.
And basically, obviously, I know a lot of fighters, they don't want to sort of go too far ahead. You want to deal with the fight that's in front of you, but like I said, it's quite a vibrant division at the minute. Like welterweight division, you got some good names in there. If you win this title, then you're up there. Do you know what I mean? For some good big domestic fights. Obviously, you've got the likes of Sam Maxwell as well, who's obviously just come through a big test, that dramatic knockout on the weekend. So he's same weight division as well. Could be a good local derby. I mean, are they the big fights that you sort of want next once you've got that title?
We always say, don't we? These are the fights that we want to be in. We want big fights on big shows, and obviously you get rewarded for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to obviously getting this title under my belt, and puts a target on your back, then everyone wants a shot. So, I'm no stranger to people calling me out on Twitter and stuff like that. I think Sam had a little go anyway. But yeah, I just want to be in big fights. They're the ones that you get up for, and no one wants to go to go to the Olympia and flat on a journey. My bird actually said the other day, like, she's obviously nervous that I'm in a big fight, big title fight, obviously. Big occasion. She went, I just prefer it when you just flatten and it's like you're getting paid buttons and you can't get afford it, so it's one of them. You want to be in big fights, and you spend your whole amateur career in big competitive fights, and that's what you want to be in. You don't want to be just going through the motions and get picking wins up, padding the record. You want to be in good fights, and this title will open plenty of doors for me for other big nights.
I like saying, like we was talking earlier, but all of us, about how there's not been a big card in Liverpool for, well, it seems a while, like a big card stacked with Liverpool names. This card's massive, just the amount of talent in it from Liverpool, and there's a bit of a void now. So Pricey's sort of at the curtail end of his career, Tony Bellew's retired, and like it's time for you guys to sort of step up now. Do you know what I mean? You can sort of be these next big names from Liverpool,
big boots to fill out.
Oh yeah, very big boots.
Pricey's still going. Pricey's always a couple of fights away from being back in the big time. So obviously he's got a job to do on the 30th, and if he deals with this fella in good fashion, there's bigger fights out there for him.
Did you think Pricey can deal with Cash Ali? Do you think he's still got quite a lot to offer, like to the heavyweight scene? Really?
Yeah, I think everyone just writes Pricey off all the time, but I think in his few defeats, and obviously he's come back and had a win, haven't he, over Tom Little.
Yeah.
In his few defeats of late, he's looked good, he's looked big, he's looked strong, he's looked confident as well. I think that's credit to his team around him. and he just got caught by Paveckin, but before that he had Paveckin going. And then Cusbin, obviously he knew beforehand he was on the time frame. He had to try and get him out of there, and he had a bit of an injury, so everyone was saying he was looking good. So I think he can definitely. I know people think he's in the twilight of his career, but I think he can show he's still got something to offer.
I think he's very dangerous.
The start for Price. I think this could be the start of a new David Price. You know, he beat Tom Little and Cash Ali now was in front of him, but I think he'll do a decent job with Ali, and then I think he'll announce himself back on the big scene and get himself into a decent position.
So like I said, I think as well now with Pricey, like now the pressure's off a little bit, you know, because obviously he had the weight of the world on his shoulders when he was fighting Tony Thompson's, and he had all this hype behind him and that, and like you said, it seems now he's got this pressure lifted a bit. He started to perform a little bit better as well, so yeah, hopefully there's still some big fights. You got the winner of Dave Allen, Lucas Brown. I mean, that could be a fight, and like I said, if Papi Della pay-per-views on it, the White Rhino, then like I said, it could be a good earner as well. But yeah, if you go on to your fights, Jed, so Des Newton, I know your teammate Luke Willis has already boxed him, went the distance with him. Do you feel there's any pressure there to get that stoppage, so you got bragging rights in the gym, or?
No, there's no pressure. Obviously the win's the most important thing, and like in any fight I'll go out there and I'll try my best to get him out there, but I'm there to get the win, and obviously if I do get him out there then I'll be able to say I'll go out of there.
I've got 2 less rounds.
I've got 2 less rounds, so I'll start work early, but no, I'm looking forward to it now. It's nearly a year, as Tom said, the hard work's done, and it's on our doorstep and we're both ready to go.
And obviously I know we were speaking, you said you work on the ambulances, you're an ambulance technician in your spare time, so that's long hours, and then obviously you're trying to fit all your training in for this fight as well. What are you hoping can happen sort of this year if you're winning fights on this level? Do you think eventually you can sort of get the momentum behind you to be able to go full time and give a proper crack at this?
With another win, hopefully boxing 2.5 weeks later as well, the 19th of April on an MTK show. So I'll be back out again. Hopefully I can be 11-0 before the summer, and then hopefully I get an opportunity, whether it be a title fight or a Central Area title fight, and hopefully start progressing properly now with the pro career. I feel like I've done the learning part of the pro side. I've come out the amateurs, I've had a good 10-11 fights, and now it's time to start winning titles and getting up there. And
obviously, like I said, we've got a big stat card just after a couple of predictions. Now I don't want you to be biased, I'm just sticking with the Scousers, but first of all, the fight everybody's been talking about really is Fowler Fitzgerald, just because of the beef and obviously all the exchanges that have been going on Twitter and everything, old teammates. So yeah, that's a big one. I think people are looking forward to that one than any other fights on the card. So what's your thoughts on that one? I mean, like I said, 2 very good.
I felt terrible because I like Scott as well. I know both of them personally, so and I do like Scott. I just think Fowler will be too big and too strong. Obviously Fowler campaigned as a middleweight in the amateurs, and obviously come down. Scott's a bit smaller person really. I just think I think Fowler's probably been campaigning at a higher level as well over the years, and I think people are forgetting that he's boxed at such a high level at the amateurs. So yeah, I just think he is quality, isn't he? People write him off and say he's this, that and the other, and all the Twitter and the social media stuff is what it is, but I think he is a quality fighter, so I think he'd be a little bit too strong for Scott.
Yeah, and you Jed, same.
I fancy Fowler myself. I fancy him to get to Scott. Again, I like Scott, and there's nothing against him. I just think Anthony as well has got momentum. He's been boxing regular. He's had a good start to his career. He's been wiping kids out left, right, and centre. Even step-ups that he's been asking for, he's been doing. A job inside 2 rounds, and I just think it'll be not a bit too soon for Scott because he needs these title fights, but I just think Fowler's on a quicker path, and I think he'll beat Scott. Scott will come again.
Get shocked, maybe. Could get shocked because it is a proper 50-50 fight. So
they're both talented kids. I think Scott's got that pedigree.
Scott can punch as well. So it just who turned up on the night as one of them.
I do think Scott's going to come. I think from the first round, I think he will go that far. And you know, whether that be a good move or a bad move.
I can't see it. I can't see it. Definitely can't see it going distance. I can't see it going past six rounds.
Yeah.
There's your predictions, boys. Place your bets. So Robbie Davis Jr. Like I said, he's been smashing it at the minute. Obviously, you're fighting for his old title. He's got fighting Joe Hughes, European champion. How do you see that one going? Because obviously Joe Hughes has had a good run of form at the minute, but like I said, Robbie's flying.
He's a quality fighter, Joe Hughes, and you know, I've got to give credit for how far he's gone in boxing even so far with you know,
disability,
the disability that he's got. But I just think Robbie will be too cute, too clever. I think he'll probably, I think it might go the distance because you know Joe's tough. I think he'll stick in there, but I think Robbie on points.
I don't think Robbie gets enough credit for how skillful he actually is, and I think the type of fighter Joe is, I'm not taking that away from him. Joe is a quality fighter, and you know, we ran away to Italy and he won the European title, and he won it with, you know, quite ease. I thought he beat Scarpa quite easy.
Scarpa's a good name as well. He's always been very tough European level fighter.
European level fighter, and I thought Joe done very well, and that's not, again, that's not taking that away from Joe, but I think Robbie will showcase his skills, and I do think it'll go to points, but it wouldn't surprise me if Robbie caught him coming forward. And
do you think Robbie can move on now and sort of getting onto that world stage? Do you think he's ready for it? Because I mean, domestically now, is there anybody else who can threaten him? Well, he's sort of, well, if he wins this European title, he will have sort of done the international route. He's got the British, he's got the European. Does he stay around and try and get another European fight or defend that, or get his Commonwealth title back? Yeah. Or does he go to world level? He's probably, you know, he's highly ranked, I'm sure. Maybe top 10, top 15. So I'm pretty sure he'll be knocking on the door for a world title. That's what, you know, I'm not his manager, like, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, wrong. World title. Wouldn't mind if he gets a world title, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll be knocking on the door for the world title. Chance for you, yeah. And we spoke about the big man, Dave Price, already. Obviously, we got other guys, Craig Glover. Had a loss early in his career, but his last fight against Simon Vallily was like his breakout performance. Really, it was people. I think everybody's seen what Bellew sees in him from that performance. You know what I mean? We all knew, didn't we? Yeah, we all knew. Yeah. We all knew. Like he's been a bit of a hidden talent. Like he hasn't really had the chance, and I think you know, he's so big and strong. And I think Bellew used him quite a bit for sparring over the years. So that's obviously like that there sort of little relationship has worked, and you know, he's a tough fighter, and I think once he gets his chance at like British titles and again Commonwealth titles, he'll definitely take it. Yeah. Good lad, Craig. I think people, because he did lose his second fight early on, I think people sort of wrote him off, but he probably learned more from that loss than he did, you know, from his next 5 or 6 wins. But I'm pretty sure Craig will kick on, and I'm pretty sure he'll take over British and European quickly. Yeah, so him and a goalie, maybe? Yeah, why not? Never know, yeah. I think he beat the likes of Chamberlain, Camacho. Yeah. I think Okolie's as hard as he is to watch at times, like he is so effective, he's so strong, and he can punch like anything. So, you know, people write him off, but he is a good fighter. You know, he keeps dispatching at people, doesn't he? He's only had what, 10-11 fights in his British, Commonwealth, WBA, Continental, you know, he's picking up the belt, so he's probably the man to beat that. And then below him you've got the likes of Chamberlain, Camacho. I think Craig will deal with them. Deals with them. Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, they've been talking about Lebedev for a caller, whether he wants to take it or not.
Oh, why? He'd give anyone a nightmare on his day. He is awkward. He's so long, so big and long for the weight. I don't know how he makes it, to be honest. Like, he must have hollow bones, but yeah. But we got Natasha Jonas as well. Obviously, she's come back. She had a bit of a shock loss, so she's coming back as well. Do you know Natasha from from the amateur scene? She's only local, isn't she? So. And obviously expected to win, so we think. And then we got another up and coming talent who's just turned over. So Thomas Whitaker Hart. Yeah. So I've seen a few bits of him from the amateur circuit. Yeah. What do you lads know of him, and like?
How's your rating?
Quality lad, good young prospect come through. I think he's obviously going to be getting managed by Tony Bellew. He's got a good team in the Rotunda training. Yeah, he's quality fighter. He's on the GB squad for quite a while. He's obviously decided that time to turn pro, so I can see him getting off to a fly and stopping this kid.
Fantastic lads. Well, I think that's it, but like I said, it's going to be a big bumpy bill. It's nice to see so much local talent just on display, like in the Echo M&S, what you have these say. But like I said, hopefully it's a cracking show and we see more big nights in Liverpool, because like I said, there's a lot of talent here. But yeah, let's just finish off with beefy Sam Eggington. I know a lot of people think, probably me included, being honest, that Eggington's getting through to the Lions a little bit here. How do you think that fight's going to go down?
I do think Beefy is gonna get to Sam, because he's so cute and clever, lovely fighting set. It's going to be a phone box fight, isn't it? No one's going to take a back step, I don't think. And Sam's tough. I think his fight where he got caught out unaware by that kid was a bit of a one-off, Beefy's, he is a level above, but I think it will be entertaining, but I just do think he'll get some later on. Not so early as people suggest. I think probably more the later rounds.
Yeah, he's a tough kid, Eggington, and he comes to fight.
Beefy's probably a level above, to be honest, and that's not taking nothing away from Sam, but I just think Beefy's last 4 or 5 fights have been at a high level and he's performed, and I think Eggington's coming off a bit of a shock defeat, but I do think Beefy will go through the gears, and I do think mid rounds he might get him out there.
Yeah, and then hopefully big things after him, big fights out there for him. You've got Kell Brooks and
definitely,
like that. So yeah, like I said, big scene at the minute. Could even get heard in America. Obviously Eddie's got connections out there right now, so it seems everyone's fighting in America now. So
get us out there.
Get us
out there.
So yeah, that's it. I mean, cheers for your time, boys. Like I said earlier, hopefully it's a really good show. Wish you both the best and see you on some more big cards soon in Liverpool.
Thanks for coming.
Cheers for your time.